Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chronicle, where I go over my daily life, weekly goals, and the overarching plot of my life. Speaking of, look at where I am right now. I'll let you guess why. And also, let's start from the beginning of today, okay? I'm going to try and make this quick because the daily weekly report means I gotta keep it under 4 minutes. Also, I just realized that I hadn't even started the timer, so I guess we'll get a little bit extra time today. Let's start from the beginning. I woke up fine because I took melatonin last night because I was like, I'm probably not going to go to sleep because I'm so busy thinking about motherfucking piano, this thing right here. I'm recording it and then sending it off to the place, whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll take melatonin, I'll go to sleep, and then I'll be good. That was great, woke up fine. I realized that the gummies I bought are 5 milligrams of melatonin each instead of 10. It said 10 per serving, and then I looked at the back and I was like, oh, the serving is 2 gummies. It's 2 gummies. Also, I'm going to be looking down here because that's where my laptop's at. We'll get to that later. Anyway, work was fine. It was fairly long, which is to be expected, I think. That's pretty much unimportant. What is important? Oh, actually, before work, I forgot. I went to the DMV, which is not where you're supposed to go to update your license, if you didn't know. You're supposed to go to the license office or something like that, which is usually very nearby, or at least it was in my case. It was like literally across the street. But like that was a big time fumble on my part. Fortunately, I did what they tell you to do and I arrived 15 minutes early. So when I arrived at the wrong place 15 minutes early, I was like, hey, I'm here for an appointment. They're like, actually, you're not. You need to go to the place across the street. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Now, the thing is I had put DMV into my GPS and it had actually taken me to the right place. The thing is, the right place was like this shopping center. And I'm like, there's no way the driver's license office is in this shopping center. Turns out it is. Now, it wasn't quite as far as the GPS said it was. Or no, it was a bit farther than the GPS said it was. So, like, I wasn't going to get out and look because I was like, oh my gosh. I was already running a few minutes late. But granted, I was 15 minutes early, meaning I was actually still early. Anyway, I get to my appointment on time. I only wait for like a few seconds before I get called up. And this is just like to wait, actually. So I bring up my, I'm like, whatever, I've got an appointment to renew my license. And he was like, okay, can I get your old license? I'm like, yeah, here you go. He's like, can I get like a piece of mail or something? I say, yeah. I cut off half of a flap from an Amazon package that had the shipping label on it. Now, when I looked at the little checklist for what you need to update your license, it was like mainly proof of residential address. And I was like, well, my address is on this package from Amazon, so that might work. But like, I had feared that it wouldn't, because when I looked at that checklist, like a piece of mail was not on it. It was like specifically canceled mail, lease agreement, change of address form, or what was the fourth one? Not that it matched, I'm just trying to remember. Anyway, I was like, okay, I'll bring in this piece of mail. And he was like, yeah, we can't take packages from Amazon, that doesn't work. I'm like, well, shoot. But I guess he was like ready for that or something, because he was like, scan this QR code, because I was like, I think, he's like, do you have anything else? And I was like, yeah, I think I have a lease agreement on my phone. And he was like, okay, so scan this QR code. It was just a QR code to the email for the Department of Revenue, which I think is where I was at. No, license? I don't know, whatever. Not the DMV, I'll tell you that. So he's like, scan this QR code, send it to that email. I was like, okay. And I scan the QR code. It starts taking forever. I'm like, can I just email it? He's like, yeah. So I emailed them a screenshot of the lease agreement, which is already filled out in that screenshot. He's like, okay, perfect. He printed out a little thing. He was essentially like, here's your number. Go sit in the waiting room. I'm like, okay. I go in the waiting room. I expect to be waiting a while. I'm waiting like less than a minute. I'm just looking around. Seconds are ticking down. Now serving my number. Okay, I go to window 12. Everything's smooth sailing from there. I did ask at the end. I was like, this will be the horizontal ID when it comes in the mail, right? And she goes, yeah, that's what happens when you turn 21. And I was like, okay, just making sure, because like I'm totally anxiety blasted at this point, as I kind of have been all day for reasons I'll explain later. And I only got 20 seconds left. Okay. Man, okay, so whatever. I got the ID. They took my photo. It's okay. I feel like it'll look better on the hard copy because I got the paper copy. And then, okay, so after work, I went and I got edibles because I was like, hey, I just updated my license. Can you take this little paper ID? And they're like, yeah, that'll work. And she goes, oh wow, you really did update it today, because I did. And also the people at the dispensary were like super nice, and also a dispensary is nothing like I thought it would be. And like I said, the people were super nice. I only talked to the two, one to let me in, and then one to like sell me this stuff. And like I'd never been there before, and they were like, "Have you been here before?" And I was like, "No." So they were like super nice, super kind, which is like just not what I expected. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect like some of the nicest people I've ever encountered in customer service. Even like having worked in customer service myself, they were nice. So I got some edibles. And then I got some Marlboro Reds at QT. And I was like, hey, I just updated my license. Can you take this paper ID? And the guy, he's a year younger than me, and I'll tell you why. He's a year younger than me, and he goes, yeah, sure, I can take this. Oh, 2005? Was that old enough? And I was like, yeah, man. And he's like, oh, I guess I should have known that because I'm '06. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So he sells me some Marlboro Reds. I got them. So now I've got Marlboro Reds, I've got edibles, and I've got a bottle of vodka that my coworker gave to me. So now I've got all my vices in one place. Yippee! Relax. I'm not gonna do them. I just like having them. And now I probably will do them very slowly over a long period of time because it would be a waste to not do them. But it's just I'm not going to do them regularly or relentlessly. I'm definitely going to pace myself on those because, like I said, I like having options to the point where sometimes having options is more enjoyable than just actually using the options. Anyway, and then also my friend asked me to fake a well, not fake. My friend wanted me to help them pass a urine test. And believe it or not, it was for a good cause, okay? I'm not going to give any more details, right? Because I don't want to, like, I'm not sure what the legality is of that. And now I know, literally no one, and by literally no one, I mean at least 4 people watch this, and I'm sure none of them are police. So, like, I don't even know if that's a crime, or, like, the legality of it, but, like, I'm not going to go into details because I helped someone I know pass a drug test. I gave them my pee, straight up. And that's what I did this evening. And also, I'm here because I did my recordings. Remember how I was like, I'm going to try again tomorrow to get those recordings perfect? Didn't get them perfect, but I got them acceptable, and I'm going to send them after I finish this. Speaking of which, I think that's all. I am still way over time, but like I said, today has been a day to remember. I got all my stuff, and I helped a friend, and I did this. And I'm short on time still in like terms of like stuff that I need to do today. I still need to practice an instrument, do my dailies, make lunch for tomorrow, and shower. And I've got 38 minutes before I need to be in bed, which means I 100% do not have enough time to do all of that. So I guess I've just got to start picking and choosing. Regardless, I think my time was pretty well spent today. I don't think I hardly wasted any time at all. All day I was doing stuff. And I think that is everything. I will see you all tomorrow, Tuesday. I've got to come down here to actually click the record button. I'll see you Tuesday. Hello everyone, welcome to Tuesday. Today is ending on a frickin' bad note. I'll get there. Let's start from the beginning. Woke up today, fairly tired, hard to move, but I didn't feel like dying, which is weird because I only slept for like 6 hours. I'm probably going to sleep for about the same amount of time today because it's 10:30. I'm supposed to be going to bed in half an hour, and I'm simply not tired. Couldn't tell you why. Yeah, that's all I've got on that front. Why is the mic saying it's so loud? Anyway, yeah, so woke up, just fine, I guess. Went to work, that was fine. I stayed there later than usual on purpose because I am fulfilling my New Year's resolution of staying there until 5 every day so that I can work 40 hours a week minimum. I am failing the resolution where I make, actually, I guess I'm not, I'm not, well, yeah, no, yeah, it's kind of like I am. The resolution is to, play through the Steam games, and I forgot to do that yesterday because I was so hyper fixated on the recordings. And then today, I built a coat rack, pretty much, is where all of my time went. I really shouldn't have done that. Should have saved that until tomorrow, because I was short on time today. I was going to get home from Pouty's, and it was going to be great, and I was going to do stuff, and then I just built a coat rack, and that kind of took up all my time. Anyway, getting off track, I went to work, stayed there, went straight from there to Pouty's, so that we could play ARMS for my birthday. That was a lot of fun. We played ARMS, we had dinner. Then we played Kirby, and now I'm back here, and then I built a coat rack. I was like, oh, look, my coat rack's here. It should be quick and easy. No, it was annoying, and it was stupid, and my drill wasn't working as well as I hoped it would, so I had to manually screw in the screws. But now I've got the coat rack, so now I don't have to, keep the coat on the back of my chair all the time. That's pretty cool. Hopefully Ink will stop leaving her jackets on the chairs where I'm supposed to sit in the living room, in the kitchen. And then, yeah, now I'm here. I've pretty much given up on going to bed at a decent time because I'm simply not tired. And I want to shower, but Ink is already going to bed. I'm sure she would be okay with it, but, I don't want to ask. I was supposed to shower yesterday as well, but like I said, I was so hyper-fixated on the recordings, which leads us to, right now, why everything is awful. the recordings. So remember how I was like stressing myself out so much over the past like however many weeks trying to get these, thinking about these recordings and this, resume or whatever. Well, I submitted the recordings. Okay, it was weird. It wouldn't accept video file types, so I submitted them in like a PDF with a link and a Google Drive link. And I was like, here you can watch the videos. And I submitted that to my official form. Lord knows if it'll get reviewed. You know what? Let me double check it right now. I have a feeling they're not gonna look at it, or even if they do, it won't change things. I'm really, like I said, my whole plan was to, where's it at? Okay, right here. My whole plan was to send in those recordings and then skip an audition. I'm looking at my application information. Okay, they have received the artistic resume. Um, that's it. Next steps. Awaiting review still. Alright. I guess that's where we're at. They've got my resume, and it is awaiting review. The whole application as a whole is awaiting review. Anyway, yeah, so I had been so worked up over those recordings, and I sent an email saying, hey, can you look at these and accept them in place of an audition? And then they're like, no, we usually don't do video auditions unless the people are really far away or can't make an in-person one. And also, it's highly encouraged that you come on campus to audition, and also you might not get full scholarship if you do a video audition. And then do you want to request a video audition? I'm like, no, I don't want to request a video audition. I want those videos to be my audition. I don't know if they misinterpreted that point or if what I want just isn't possible. I don't feel like trying any harder because giving up is so much easier. And also, I'm afraid to be annoying. Like, I don't want to be like, what if they did understand my point and they just didn't make it clear that they understood my point? You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'm just gonna go to the in-person audition, and we're gonna be chilling out in suspense, just complete and total suspense until for another month until that audition rolls around, and then that's gonna make or break my life for the next 2.5 years. So that's pretty cool, and yeah, I think I'm gonna ask Ink if I can take a shower, and then I'll play Helldivers until I get tired. I'd rather do something productive, but it's so late in the day, I don't think there's much to do. Anyway, that is all for now. I will see you tomorrow, Wednesday. Hello everyone and welcome to Wednesday. Let me take it from the top. Woke up fine. Work was fine. Don't think I have much to say about that. I feel like I should skip the part where I talk about work. And like I usually do. I know I do in the journal. Most of the time, unless something significant happened. But no, yeah, work was fine. After that, I went to my birthday dinner with my mom. We went to Five Guys, a tradition we've been doing for many, many years. I always loved Five Guys since I was a kid, and it's very expensive, so I pretty much almost exclusively have it on my birthday. Um, and my mom had texted me, she was like, you want to go to Five Guys, for your birthday? And I'd honestly, when she texted me, I'd totally forgotten, and then I had been reminded by her text that we do that for my birthday every year. Also, I feel like my mic is saying it's louder than it is, or should be, but it's probably fine. Yeah, so I had Five Guys with my mom, same order as usual, double bacon cheeseburger, a bunch of, I don't remember exactly what I put on it, but it's like lettuce, tomato, mayo, pickle, ketchup, whatever. A bunch of good stuff, essentially. And then I also order a grape Sprite, which is very fun, because you can only get those in the Coke Freestyle machines that they have at those places and other places. And then after that, I went back to, or no, after that, still at the mall, because there's a Five Guys at the mall. So that's the one that we went to, because like coincidentally she was there when I got off work, and I was like, okay, I'll come over. So we went to the Five Guys in the mall, and then after that, I had coincidentally heard the day before that there's a Labubu vending machine in the mall that sells like real name brand Labubus. And I need one of those, not for myself, but for my older sister, because I had gotten her one for Christmas. Turns out it was a scam. I had somehow, like, even though I was trying my darndest, I had accidentally bought one from a scam fake website. So I don't have a Labubu, except I do now, because I got one from the vending machine. It was like $50 after tax, which is like kind of stupid, because the one I'd gotten online was, well, I didn't get anything. So, but it was $30 if it was real. Yeah, so the one I did get was $50, but it looks pretty good, I think. So we'll give that to my older sister and former roommate this Friday, I think, when I see her at Dad's house for my 21st birthday party. Um, so I got that, and then I went back to Mom's house for she gave me a couple presents. I got this Lego suitcase. It's like a little miniature suitcase made of Lego. Hold on, is this thing using the right mic? Yeah, looks like the right one. Okay. I don't know. I just feel like its levels are way higher than it should be. And then also she got me a leveler because all the stuff in my room is crooked. The thing is, it's not because I couldn't hang it up properly. It's because whenever I try and adjust it, whenever I literally hit this move, it just doesn't. It just won't even out. It just goes. It just goes. I can try as hard as I can. It'll just go. I think the entire building's crooked or something. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Oh wait. Okay, I was gonna say, am I way over time? No, I have a minute. Yeah, so I got presents, came back here. I think I did something. No, I didn't do anything. Got on Terraria with, was it Parkour and Rowdy. They've been really, really liking the Terraria Calamity mod, and I've been enjoying it, I guess. I'm hitting this move because it's like, I don't really know. It's kind of, like I said, it's a love-hate thing, the modded Terraria. But it is fun. I definitely shouldn't have played for as long as I did. I was going to play for an hour, ended up playing for close to like 3. Now I've got to go to bed in 16 minutes. I think I'm just going to practice what I need to for lessons tomorrow, and then count that as good enough. I have already failed my dailies. Sorry, I was really rooting for myself. I don't know if anyone else was. But, then Monday happened. And Monday, it's like kind of threw a wrench into the whole operation because I was like I said, I was super focused on the music, those videos, getting those sent in, which ultimately led to freaking nothing, which is still super frustrating if I'm being honest. And then I was like, hey, are these songs that I picked out, are these good for the audition? And they're like, if you want to know what songs are good, go to this, refer to this PDF. And I'm like, no, like that, you're supposed to answer the question, right? You're supposed to answer the question, not say, look here to where, like, let this thing answer the question for you. It's like, what's the point of even emailing you if you don't have what I need? But they said that I could email one of the professors. So I emailed the professor and I said, hey, here's what I plan on playing. Is this okay? And I'll hopefully get a response back tomorrow. They seem pretty quick with their first two. And I think that's about it. Fairly excited for this week because I've pretty much been busy like all week. It was like Monday, it was that. Tuesday, it was Pouty. Wednesday, it was Mom. Tomorrow is lessons. And then Friday is my party. Saturday, something. Okay, not concrete yet, but I'm probably just gonna hang out with friends or something. And then Sunday, actually, I'll probably be free on Sunday, which could be boring. Yeah, because it's like now that, man, I'm kind of up on time, but like that was my whole thing. The music, like I've been stressing out over that repeatedly for weeks and weeks, and now that that's done and I'm back in the waiting phase, it's like, shoot. It's like it's almost it's like that thing where it's like my purpose is kind of completed for the moment. So now I'm back to feeling not useless but meaningless. So it doesn't really matter a whole lot that I spent so much time playing video games. Now I definitely didn't do what I was supposed to. I was supposed to practice both instruments. I was supposed to probably work on other weekly goals. I could have done that. I could have made dinner, but I don't know, that burger was really big, so I'm kind of fine there. Was it? There was one more thing. I could have done instruments. Could have done goals. I'm pretty much out of time. Um, but yeah, I will see you all tomorrow, Thursday. Let me make sure I've got the right mic on right now. Okay. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to Thursday. I almost said Wednesday. Also, if you can't tell, I have my retainers in, which is why I sound like an idiot. I'm trying to go to bed on time today because last couple nights I wasn't. Also, I swear I don't have to sound like this. I swear I can sound normal. Okay. I am trying to go to bed on time today, because last few nights I hadn't, which is why I've got my retainers in. This is the last thing I'm gonna do before writing the journal, which you can actually see right here, and then going to bed. Also, I meant to have the light on, but my last few nights have just gone on for so much longer than they were supposed to, um, and I'm sure tomorrow night will be no different. But yeah, so today, it was fairly hard to get out of bed today. I was just kind of tired.
And then after work, oh yeah, so I left work at 3 for an oil change. And I was supposed to go back to work after an hour, but they ran out of oil filters, so the oil change took way longer than it was supposed to. Sorry. Anyway, so that took longer than it was supposed to. So I ended up just going after, was it 3 p.m.? I dropped off the car, walked to my dad's because it's very close by, and then at like 5, pretty much, like 5:20, I think, I went back, I walked back, and then got it, and then went straight to music lessons, which were good, and then now I'm back here, and what did I do once I got back? I didn't play Terraria, even though, oh my goodness. Also, I have like a sore throat and a little bit of a cough because I was hanging out with Pouty the other day, and she was like, "Oh, I'm not sick. It's just a cough. I'm not contagious." She was contagious. That lying bit. No, I'm kidding. Um, but yeah, so now I have a little bit of a sore throat when I cough, but it should be fine. Um, anyway, after lessons, I came back here. Didn't play Terraria, even though I wanted to, and my friends wanted me to. I am busy. I made dinner. I showered. I watched an episode of some anime with Ink, and now I'm here. Um, man, I still got extra time. Oh yeah. Update on the college thing. So remember how like all of my efforts were pretty much wasted because they're like, oh, you still gotta come in for the audition. I picked out 5 songs, which I have named already. I'm pretty sure. And then I emailed the professor and I was like, hey, what songs should I play? And he said that Fear Release and Noshia Number One were the most relevant. Um, so I guess, but like those don't total over 10 minutes. But at the same time, he just said, "Oh, thanks for letting us know what you're playing. These two are the most relevant," and that was kind of it. And I'm like, does he care? Oh no. I mean, if I only have to play 2 songs, great. Um, but yeah, so I guess I don't know. Like I said, I'm still in that state of limbo because like I'm still just have to wait until February to do that. Um, yeah, so that's the update on that. I can't think of anything else. Yeah, my birthday party is tomorrow. Super excited for that. Yeah, so unfortunately I didn't work as much. I lost a couple hours today, even though I want to get that full time. But it's whatever. I guess I'm finishing this on time too. About a few seconds left. I'll just stop that. And I will see you all tomorrow, Friday. Hello everyone, and welcome to Friday. I was thinking about not making a video for today or a journal entry, and I didn't really want to. Well, I didn't want to because I'm tired and I want to go to bed. And you know how have you heard the voice cracks, the two that have happened so far? Because my throat is all messed up or something. Because remember, I think I talked about it yesterday. I hung out with Pouty, and she was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm not contagious." She was contagious. Oh boy, was she contagious. Because I woke up and my voice was like 2 octaves lower, bro. It was crazy. I was like, "Hey, yo, good morning, sweetheart." You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I sounded like when I woke up. Um, so that's cool, I guess. Okay, so today, let me think. Okay, so I had work today. Work was fine. I left early at 3 p.m. and I didn't, well, like I want to and I didn't. Because I didn't want to leave early because I want to work 40 hours a week. But I needed to leave early because I needed to get the mail key for my mailbox at the new apartment. So I went to the post office and they were pretty chill there. The woman that was working there was very straight to business. I was like, "Hi, I just moved into a new apartment. I need to get a mail key." She's like, "Okay, do you have your lease?" And I was like, "I have it on my phone." And I was half expecting her to be like, "Oh, that's too bad." But she was like, "Yeah, that's fine." So I slide over my phone to her and I give her my ID, which is just a slip of paper right now because it's what's in the mail. I got it updated. It's in the mail. Now I'm wondering. I think my ID will arrive before my mail key, which is not great because my ID is arriving in the mail. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll put it in the box, but just like it'll be there when I get my key. I don't know. Anyway, so after the post office went well, and she said it'll be ready in 7 to 10 days, and they'll call me when it's ready. And I'm like, cool. And then I walk out and leave, and I go home. Then I come back and I play a little bit of Helldivers before I need to leave for my birthday party today at my dad's house. Um, so today is my 21st birthday party. As you guys know, my 21st birthday was last Sunday, which was recorded on the Chronicle. um, my birthday party was very good. It felt like a birthday party. It felt like it was my birthday. It was a lot of fun. So I had this whole grand plan laid out since like October, because I remember talking about it on the Chronicle. I was like, oh man, my birthday's kind of far away, but like I'm still excited because I had this plan. The plan was we're gonna have pizza. We're gonna have Minsky's gourmet pizza. We had a cheeseburger pizza, a bacon mac and cheese pizza, and a prime cut pizza, which was kind of like a meat lovers. And there's a long story behind the cheeseburger pizza and why I picked it. I just think it's really good. Um, oh, but also I just remember I'm supposed to be starting a timer for this. This is only supposed to be 4 minutes. Sorry. Anyway, so we have the cheeseburger pizza. We have the other two pizzas. It's very good. And then I eat those. And then I'm like, okay, time for drinks. I wanted to try drinks that like everyone knows the name of. You know what I'm saying? Like super popular drinks, right? The drinks you would see in movies, right? So we had a screwdriver. We had a mimosa, a Jack and Coke, a rum and Coke, a margarita, a martini, and then we also tried mead. Because I have ever since I was a kid, I had been like really fascinated with like medieval, like just the medieval period, you know, with like knights and stuff. And I know that they had mead back then, and I was like, wow, it's alcohol made from honey. That's so cool. Everyone else thought it tasted really good. I thought it was okay, which makes me think that my taste buds are still kind of shot. Um, Anyway, I liked the Jack and Coke more than the rum and Coke, and I liked the screwdriver more than the mimosa. I wonder how, because the thing is, my dad doesn't like vodka, and it was at his house, and I meant to bring my vodka, but I forgot. So we subbed gin for vodka in every drink that had vodka. So I wonder if the screwdriver would taste super different with the vodka instead of the gin. Anyway, and then I also liked the margarita more than the martini, and then the mead was just okay. And those were all the drinks that we had. Was it my older brother got Cutwater? He got a was it a Long Island iced tea Cutwater? Um, I tried that. It wasn't bad. We also made a Cosmopolitan, which was it was okay. It wasn't great. And then after that, we had crumble cookie. Instead of getting cake and ice cream, we had crumble cookie. We got pretty much we got yeah just about two of everything that they had at the time. Crumble cookie, super good. I didn't eat that many. I literally only had half of one cookie. And granted, they are big cookies, but half of one cookie is not a lot. And I didn't have a lot because my stomach felt kind of bad from all the alcohol. I didn't feel nauseous. I didn't feel like I was going to throw up. But just my stomach felt very acidic, and I didn't think that the sugar would help with that. So I didn't eat much crumble cookie, but I did get to take it home. So I have all of that, and it's very good. I cannot wait to eat all of it. Um, and then after that, we watched Ready Player One, which I'm pretty sure is currently my favorite movie of all time. There's some really good old movies that I really like, but I think Ready Player One, I've deemed as my current favorite movie. And also, Ink was there. My roommate, friend and roommate. It was a family party, and I had originally intended it on being just a family party, but then both my sisters and my dad asked if she was gonna be there, and I was like, okay, at that point, it seems like they want her there. And honestly, I wouldn't mind having her there either. Um, so I brought her, and it was a lot of fun. She fell asleep halfway through the movie, but that's fine. And then we're back here now. I'm so tired. Don't worry, I am sober. The movie has plenty of time to sober me up. Um, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna journal entry and then head to bed. See you all tomorrow, Saturday. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturday. Pretty sure, right? Yeah. It is so late. It is 12:38 a.m. A couple things. I got my little board up there. Yep. So it was weird. It came with like multiple ways you could hang it up. It came with these like kind of it's like one of those. It's like a circle and then it's a screw end, right? And then you can like screw it into something, right? It came with two of those, and then it came with a couple screws, and it came with this thing where it's like a little triangle, and then it's got like a panel here with a screw hole in it, so that you can screw that in and hang it up like that. I screwed one of those into the back of it. As you can tell, it wasn't center, so now it's permanently crooked, which is pretty cool. But you know, nothing in my life is perfect, so that's fine. Um, I guess I should start from the start of the day. What Saturday? What happened today? Man, my brain is so fried. It is so late. I wasn't even thinking about. Oh man, I guess I got the timer. I need to get the timer going. Whatever. Today, Friday. No, Saturday. Yes. Okay. I woke up and let me try to think what happened. I woke up. I'm still a little sick. So I went to Aldi to try and get some vitamin C. I did get some vitamin C, not emergency like I wanted, but still vitamin C. Um, and then I think I came back. I also got a little bit of groceries while I was there. And then I came back. I practiced piano. Totally forgot I did that. Good on me for doing that. Didn't I practiced guitar? I started practicing guitar, and then Ink and her boyfriend came and sat in the living room, and I was fine with one person listening to me, but I was like, two people listening to me? Can't do that. So I stopped practicing guitar because there was two people listening to me. I prefer zero people listening to me while I practice. So then Ink came in. I was like, okay, I guess she can listen. Then her boyfriend came in, and I was like, nope, I'm leaving. So I didn't finish practicing guitar, but I did practice piano. And then by that time, parkour arrived because earlier in the week, was it Rowdy was like, hey guys, we should hang out this Saturday. I'm like, okay. And we had like no actual plans. We just knew that we wanted to hang out. Um, so the day finally rolls around, and it's Saturday, and parkour arrives, and we start hanging out and whatever. And then I think we kind of just generally chat in like the living room for like maybe half an hour, or maybe like 40 minutes, before Rowdy and Pouty show up. So it was me, Rowdy, Pouty, parkour, Ink, and her boyfriend. Not which kind of sounds like a party, and it kind of felt like a party, but like I don't know if it's like if the right way to classify it is party. Um, but we all hung out. We played Arms, which was a lot of fun. We played Smash Bros. And we were gonna play the Jackbox Party Pack. And then once we started, for some reason, we played one round. I didn't, because I didn't like the specific game that they were playing. I just don't find that enjoyable. But they were playing it, and then the power for the living room dies. It just cuts, and then the power for my room and Ink's room as well. And we're like, okay, we try flipping the breaker, we try messing with it. We're not getting anywhere. Ink does some Google searches. We keep flipping the breaker, messing with it, unplugging stuff, replugging stuff, turning things off and on again. And then at some point it just works. Don't know why. Power came back to the living room. But at that point, Rowdy was like, I don't even want to play to the Jackbox Party Pack anymore. And I was like, I wasn't even playing, but yeah, not even I want to anymore. And everyone else was like, yeah, whatever. So then me, Pouty, and Parkour step out for a cigarette, because I wanted to smoke a cigarette for my 21st. And I was like, well, of course I got to do that with a friend because that way it's more fun. So I was like, Pouty, do you want to smoke a cigarette? She was like, sure. So I got some Marlboro Reds, and she was like, I hate Marlboro Reds. You got to get Camel Blues. I'm like, okay. So I got some Camel Blues, and then she shows up, and then Parkour shows up. He also smokes occasionally. And they both have the long cigarettes. And I didn't know that they made long cigarettes, but they make long cigarettes. I had regular cigarettes, they had long cigarettes. I'm like, what the heck? No one told me to get the long cigarettes. But yeah, so we both, I think we hang out, we just chat, I think we both smoked two cigarettes, all of us did. Like we each individually had two cigarettes. And it was a lot of fun. We were just chatting, we've all been friends for years, so it's like, it's good fun. And then we come back in. Oh yeah, we also, I only had like one or two drinks throughout the night. I know some people had more. Um, but yeah, we played video games, smoked cigarettes, drank. It was a lot of fun. Um, and that's kind of mostly what happened today. I didn't like want to make this just because like I'm so tired I want to go to sleep. And also at some point my little LED panel, I guess maybe during all the breaker flipping, it's just cycling through all of its programs right now. So that's cool, I guess. And I think that's everything for today. I don't think I have anything else to update on. Um, I need a shower. I think I don't know. I wanted to go to church tomorrow, and I probably will. But I wanted to work out after church. But I think I'm gonna shower first thing in the morning tomorrow before church. But if I shower first thing in the morning and then go to church, I don't want to work out because I just showered earlier in the morning. I don't want to shower twice in the same day. So I guess I won't do that. But working out's not really a priority, I guess. What is a priority and what I totally forgot about was the gaming that I'm supposed to be doing. Slight update on the major order, the main objective. So now that I'm in that waiting period between now and my audition, I'm going to start trying to read some sheet music again. I don't think I'll need to do that during the audition. They said they might, but I'm sure it's probably rudimentary stuff. Um, so yeah, I'll probably just start doing that as my daily. I think I added it to the dailies in my whiteboard, which is just off camera, under my bed. Um, uh, Man, what did I say just before I derailed to the main order, main objective? Uh, uh. Oh yeah, I didn't want to record this because I'm so tired. I'm so sleepy. But I was like, no, I kind of like doing it even when I am tired because otherwise you would see. I know I've done this before, where it'll just be a brief cut where it'll say there is no today is Saturday. So you would see the cut of me saying there is no Saturday, and then it would skip to Sunday, which is like a fun little mystery for sure because there always is a reason why I don't record, one of these, and usually it's because I was at some kind of party. Like I said, I don't know if today counts as a party. It kind of felt like a party. It was a lot of fun. I got to see all my friends. Um, but yeah, that is all. I think that's all for today. We'll see you all tomorrow for the last one, Sunday. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunday, and welcome to the last episode of, or not last episode, the last day of the week and the final day. And goodness gracious, what kind of part do I have right now? Man, it looked so good just a second ago. Okay, so I technically have like a left part, kind of, but I couldn't really figure out like how to do it. Um, you know what I'm saying? Because like I was like, oh, I tried doing something once I got out of the shower, and it's like, oh, it kind of looks like a left part, but like higher up. And then I was like, this is kind of annoying me. I'm just gonna push it back and then do a, a slick back, and then of course the slick back doesn't hold itself; it just falls over. But my younger sister said it looked good, so I was like, I'll keep it. Why not? Also, if there's background noise, it's because my roommate's watching a movie with her boyfriend, as per usual, or maybe it's anime. I don't know. Anyway, today I woke up. I slept for like what felt like forever, because usually in the morning I wake up and I feel like doing something. Like I feel like doing some things, but not anything. To get my day started, right? Like I don't just want to wake up and then scroll for half an hour. So what I did was I was like, I'm just gonna see how long I can sleep for before my body is like, okay, it's time to wake up. And I think I slept for maybe like 11 hours or something. Um, which is pretty cool. And then the first thing I did was I took a shower. But of course, sleeping for that long, I totally missed church, which, I mean, it's not the worst. But today was pretty chill. I think after the shower, I think I played some Helldivers. I know I practiced electric guitar and I did a little bit of catch up. Oh, I forgot to forgot to put the cymbals on the thing. So this thing comes off here. Just like that. You can see it's got a little thumbtack. Oh yeah, you know what? Remember the beer goal? Where was it? There it is. Let's put a check mark on that one. Birthday song. Oh man. Okay, so I could complete that, right? Except now that I'm remembering what I have to do for the birthday song, uh, is that I have to like be loud. And it's 10 p.m. And I don't think I want to be loud at 10 p.m. As a common courtesy. So let's mark that as in progress, and then I'll do it probably like tomorrow because I think I'm gonna do the daily weekly report again. Um, let's see, good guitar catch up, in progress. Believe it or not, didn't fail that one. Handstand. Oh, I actually totally forgot about that. Dailies, another X on those, failed those. Winter goal, still possible. Whistle, totally forgot about that one. Workout, still frozen, I guess. Or no, hold on, wait. I did kind of solve that one. I solved it enough to put a check mark on it. Um, resin goal still in progress. Music again. Oh, that one already has a check. I just didn't check it. Okay, so let's. Wait, am I getting ahead of myself or not? Maybe I am. It is time to talk about the goals and stuff. Did I mark all these? Yeah. Okay. What was I talking about? I was talking about something. Talk about my day. What did I do today? Let me give you the rundown real quick. Woke up, showered, held divers, electric guitar, laundry, movies, laundry with ink at my dad's house. We watched Ponyo and My Neighbor Totoro. And then now I'm back here and I'm doing this. And I think that was pretty much everything I did today. Yeah. I was thinking about, while doing laundry, I was thinking about doing this. And I was like, I kind of want to just talk to the Chronicle, right? Like, I do like talking to the Chronicle, but I'm not going to, like, force myself. Like, I'm not going to drag things out on purpose. I might accidentally do that, but I won't do it on purpose. Yeah, because like I've already talked about everything that happened this week. Because like I've gone on day by day. Um, but yeah, so that's the days. I guess yeah, we should talk about the goals now. Okay, so take a pen out of this. Okay, I can't grab it. Hold on. Oops. Go in there. I'm hopefully not stabbing myself. Okay, beard done. Workout goal. Give me this. Done. Boom. Put a check on that. Music again. Technically done. Put that there. And then I think that's all of them. Okay, now. Actually, yeah. I was going to put one on there that was like music once again, because I talked about how I was going to try and read sheet music daily as a part of the dailies. Now that I'm on kind of the next part of that big overarching plot line. But yeah, that's just part of the dailies. Okay, so speaking of the dailies, I didn't do them. Like I said, I was hyper focused way back on Monday on doing those videos, so I kind of failed those right off the bat. And I said that if I failed the dailies for another week, I would implement a new system where instead of giving a check or an X, I would use, well, actually, I would still use a check and an X, but I would mostly be using numbers. It would be number out of 7 for how many days I did the dailies. So I'm going to recommit to, well, not recommit. Well, I guess recommit to doing the dailies. I was kind of always committed. I was never not committed to doing the dailies. I just am bad at them. Well, it's not that I'm bad at them. It's that I made a bad system for them. But I'm changing. Now it's new. Now it's going to be revamped. And I'm hoping to get a check mark now that I'm locked in on pretty much every aspect of my life at the moment. I think we're good there. So for the dailies, I'm going to be updating that system. So it's going to be more, not necessarily forgiving, but accurate. It will more accurately reflect what's going on. Let me see. The birthday song goal is still in progress. Technically, I'll keep that a secret. Guitar catch up in progress. Whistle, totally forgot about that. Handstand, totally forgot about that one as well. And another thing, once I fail the dailies, I forget about all of my goals completely, which is bad and I should not do. Because there's a couple on here that I need to do more. I did add one more goal. I'll show you. Reddit. And I think, is there any other goals I want to talk about? I don't think so. Okay, actually, yeah, the ones I completed. So the music again, I think I've talked about. Like, you guys should have heard that by now. I think if you've gotten this far in the video, where I'm just gonna wait for my audition in February and read sheet music in the meantime. The workout goal, I'm going to work out at least once a week, probably with weights, but at least a full body exercise once a week, and that's where my workout's gonna be. I think at this time in my life, I could do more, definitely, but my body, it's never been a priority. Like, I'm not trying to be pretentious, but I feel like my brain is stronger than my body, and I'm also physically deformed, so I feel like that's kind of a sign that I'm not supposed to be focusing on this. I'm supposed to be focusing on this, specifically what's in here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not super concerned with like physical fitness. Like, I think I'm fit enough. So I think saying, yeah, I work out once a week, that's better than saying, no, I don't work out at all. Like that would, like the amount of happiness between no, I don't work out at all, and yeah, I work out once a week is huge. So yeah, that's where I'm at with the workout goal right now. It's gonna be a full body once a week. Could be calisthenics, could be weights. Depends on how I'm feeling and what's available, I think. Like I said, I did want to do that today, but I just slept a whole lot, which is fine. Whistle dailies. Okay, yeah. So the goal I added. Whoops. Reddit. So the goal for this one is I have an AJR T-shirt, one of many. In it's a small. It's a size small, and I really want. There were so many when I went to see their Maybe Man tour live way back in spring of 2 years ago, I think. I got to the concert and my stepmom was like, "Here's like I think she gave me either 70 or $90. She was like, "Here's some money to buy merch." I was like, "Okay, thank you, love that." Um, and I did buy some merch, but there was like 3 or 4 T-shirts that I really wanted, and I only got one of them, and I regretted that. And then later they added those T-shirts back onto their store, their online store, after the tour was over. The thing is, was one of them wasn't there, and one of them they only had in a size small. And I was like, shoot, but I really wanted it. I really liked that design. So I bought it, and yeah, it's a size small. It's not comfortable to wear. I've only ever worn it like once or twice. So, get this. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to make a well, I technically already have a Reddit account. It just has like a really stupid auto-generated username that I never ended up changing when I made the account. So I can hopefully get that changed. And then, when I go to the AJR subreddit and post a picture of the shirt and say, hey, this shirt is size small. It doesn't fit me. Does any other of the AJR fans here want it? Ideally, I would trade it for that same shirt but in a large. But it's like I can't imagine a scenario where someone says I have this shirt in a large and I would want a small. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't quite work that out in my head. Also, my voice is still a little bit off because I'm still a little bit sick. Because Pouty freaking lied to me. That's a whole other thing. It's not a big deal. That sounds like a big exaggeration, like a big deal. It's really not a big deal. It's mostly a cosmetic sickness, is what I've been telling people. Cause it's like it's just a mild sore throat, and I sound sick, but I'm still completely physically able. Anyway, yeah, I can't imagine a scenario where I trade that shirt for the same shirt but a size large. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, if there's anywhere I'm gonna find an answer on the internet or a solution or some sort of hypothetical, it's gonna be on Reddit. So I'm gonna try and hopefully rename my Reddit account to a normal username that doesn't look like AI, like it's just some bunch of random numbers and letters, because that's what it is at the moment. So I'm hopefully going to get a name and then go on the AJR subreddit and give it to an AJR fan who will appreciate it and wear it, because currently I have it, but I don't really appreciate it or wear it. So yeah, because I could just like donate it, and I'm sure a fan could stumble across it, but it's like I'd rather, directly, know where it's going and that it ends up in hands that appreciate it. So that's the goal there. I think in terms of goals, I think that's just about everything. Tard journal. Forgot about the journal. I have still been doing the journal entries even during the late nights. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like I had things to talk about, but I'm sitting here and I just don't, because I already talked about them, and you've already heard about them at this point. Oh yeah, the beard goal was completed. Forgot to talk about that. So I don't know if you guys can tell, I did trim my beard. Can you tell? I'm gonna do this real quick. I can personally tell. I think it looks much nicer. I feel like it was getting, like I said, it still is scraggly all the time. But now I think because it's shorter, it looks a bit less scraggly. Yeah, I just trimmed it. I put on a fairly large guard on my, my thing for the regular hair, and I just went ring, ring, ring. And then also I did touch up the mustache a little bit, so now it's not actually touching my lips. So like when I do this, for like when I'm putting on chapstick, it doesn't like I don't feel the hair, because that like kind of really was annoying me. Yeah, so now I can put on chapstick without getting annoyed. But yeah, I still kind of like don't like how the beard looks entirely. Like you can tell that it's not quite connecting like here or here. And then it's the same thing on the other side here and here. And also it's really annoying. I still get little bits of acne under it. But it's kind of cool. It's nice to not have to shave every day. And that trimming was super easy. Like I said, I just put on a fairly large guard and went, like it feels like I hardly took anything off, but I think it looks better. I don't know if anyone noticed. And then also, like, yeah, my hair is weird and I don't know what to do with it. I want to trim that or maybe buzz it smooth off again. Like I was thinking earlier today, I don't like having long hair. I'm just trying it out. And it doesn't look awful, but it's annoying. It's like it gets in my face and it's like it's harder to wash and maintain and it takes more product. So it's technically more expensive to have long hair. Super quick and easy to have short hair and affordable too. But yeah, I don't know. I was just gonna keep growing it out until I, can't stand it and then just buzz it smooth off. Um, I guess it's time to go over the journal. Journal. Thursday, Wednesday. Okay. Monday, I went to the DMV this morning before work, which is not where you're supposed to go to update your license, but fortunately, I made it. I made it to the right place in time. After work, I used my new ID to buy edibles and cigarettes, and I've already got some vodka. After that, I helped my friend pass a drug test for a good cause, and then finished out the night by recording my portfolio for UMKC. And then the quote is last resort friend in all caps with 3 exclamation points. So my friend, literally, the friend that I helped pass the drug test, she literally said to me, um, she was like, "How does it feel? Or doesn't it feel great to be used as a last resource?" With like a little smiley emoji. She was like making a joke, like sarcastically, but like genuinely, I am like a last resort friend, as in like whenever people contact other people to hang out with, they get to me like last, like once everyone else is free. And I think that's pretty funny. I've gone in depth to that thoroughly. Well, it's like it's kind of funny, but like also it sucks. But it's not like that with everyone, even if it kind of feels like it. But yeah, that was about all that happened on Monday. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not supposed to during the daily weekly report. I'm not supposed to go like talk about them a whole lot because I've already talked about them. Like I was getting deja vu reading that. I was like, wait, I've already said this before. Tuesday. Today after work, me and Pouty played arms for my birthday, had dinner, and then played some Kirby. After I got home, I built my new coat rack, and by then I was out of time for anything else, so I checked my email, and it was not good. I'm also not tired, which is weird. And then the quote is, I hope my body is okay in the morning. Because I was writing that later than I should have. I should have been in bed half an hour ago as of writing that. Wednesday. I got Five Guys with my mom for my birthday after work today, and it was delicious, as always. After that, I stopped by her house to get my birthday present before coming home and playing Terraria with Rowdy and Parkour for the rest of the night. And then the quote is, gimme $40. Whew, I need some water, bro. I'm literally sick right now. This is really awful. Thursday. I left work early today for an oil change that took way longer than it was supposed to, so I didn't go back to work and then went straight to lessons. After that, I made pasta with meat and took 1/4 of an edible, and it is still quite strong. After that, I took a shower. And the quote is, be not afraid, for the universe has relinquished 40 US dollars, 40 United States dollars. It is easier to talk in that voice for some reason. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I took 1/4 of a 5 milligram edible, and it was honestly stronger than I thought of. Next, I'm gonna try 1/8 of a 5 milligram edible, and see how that goes. Because I was still like it hit harder than I wanted it to. I wanted it to be more like just like something to just like stop my mind from overthinking 24/7. And then I was like, but like only like a little bit. Friday, after work today, I went to the post office and ordered my mail key. And after that, I got a little Helldivers in before going to Dad's for my birthday, which was awesome. The quote is, happy birthday to me. Man, I need some water. um, Funny enough, smoking 2 cigarettes last night did not make this worse. Believe it or not, it didn't make my sore throat worse. Yeah, my birthday was awesome. I would love to talk about it in depth, but I don't know how much I've already said about it. It was exactly what I wanted. We did exactly what I wanted, and it was awesome. That was my birthday. At my birthday party, 21st birthday party. Saturday. Today I did a quick grocery run, practiced an instrument and a half, and had a lot of fun with friends. And then the quote is, this is why I live. Because that is why I live. When I was a very young 7-year-old child, I figured out there was no meaning to life, and I needed to give myself a meaning or purpose. So I said my goal in life will be to have fun. And last night I had a lot of fun with friends. It was awesome. We played Smash Bros. We played ARMS. We had cigarettes. We had drinks. And it was awesome. And then now we're here today, and I'm doing this. Only running 4 minutes overtime. Not too bad. I think that's all I have. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all. Oh wait, no. One thing that I did want to talk about. On my dailies, is the game goal. I totally forgot about the game goal because I totally forgot about my dailies because I was so focused on the recording, and I was so focused on the recording, so I didn't do the dailies. And then once I didn't do the dailies, I gave up on doing the dailies and forgot about all my goals altogether, including the one to record video games. I will hopefully be getting that up next week. Okay, thank you all for watching. I will see you all tomorrow/next week. Bye.